Hi everyone, it's Kim, Caro Designs. I just got my first Cocoa Daisy kit ever. I picked up the Stargazer because all of those purples and pinks and stargazing and astronomical had me at hello. So this is what I'll be working on today. Plus, I'll be doing this for the next 3 months because I thought, let's change things up. And I'll be doing it for the months of September, October, November, and of course December, so stay tuned. So here it is. This is the Traveler's Notebook by Webster's Pages in the Buffalo check. I was scanning by Joann's, in a larger Joann's in my new town, and I found it and I bought it because I've never seen it out in public or on the web ever. So I picked it up. It's a standard size. Like I said, I started setting it up. All of the ephemera you see here is either Webster's Pages or See Amy Draw, and I just love it. And it loved the pink interior, and then I saw this Cocoa Daisy kit with the pinks and the purples, and I thought it would match beautifully along with some of the blue that I have going on. So I've started that setup, but I do need to add some credit cards. This is going to be my wallet, so I didn't really want to do that before camera, so I'll do that off camera afterwards. But I want to talk about what I'm going to need for this setup. I currently have 4 books. I have this book, which is a monthly calendar, and you can see that here has my inbox for everything for September, August, and September. I've already set up. I do need to add stuff for October through the end of the year, but I love this as my inbox. Towards the back of this insert is these weekly pages, and I actually use them for meal planning, and then a grocery list on the other side. So that's currently what I've been doing for the last couple weeks, including using a blank notebook for all weekly and daily planning. I have a week on one page, then I also have to-dos and reminders for the week. Then if I turn the pages, you'll see that I have a day on each page. What is impacting this setup is I'm actually having 2 pages for each day. So I'll have Monday and Monday, and then I'll turn the page, it'll be Tuesday, which impacts this setup because I need another insert cover for my Traveler's Notebook. So as you can see, I really love this blank pages. So what I'll be doing off camera and maybe in a separate video is setting this up with some more of the leftover ephemera from doing some of the insert covers. So that is the plan. And then on the back side here, I have what I thought was going to be my monthly. I tried to set it up. I didn't like it. I put it off to the side. So I've been carrying around this blank notebook. Next up is a line notebook, which I always think is imperative for a brain dump. I will section this off with some of these really cute tabs that Cocoa Daisy has in here. So I will go back to my tabbed setup that I have always done with my Traveler's Notebooks, and then I also have some sticky notes back here that I have attached with my handy dandy washi tape trick. You just put a glue dot on the washi tape, and then you can attach anything you want, and it doesn't hurt the Traveler's Notebook. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started by cutting these guys. So I am gonna start with this one because I'm a Taurus. I know that this is going to be what I want focused up front. So I'm actually going to use the same sticky note as ephemera here. And if you've never watched one of my setup videos, you'll know that I love using a glue stick. Why is that? Because I can ooze it around anywhere I want for at least 15 seconds, and it really adheres great. And if I ever have any trouble with it, I just use it again. So it's also super cheap, especially back to school time. All right, let's move forward with some washi tape. I think what I'd like to do is kind of create some sort of border here along the edge. It needs some color for sure. So let's do this. And as you can probably suspect, I really want to focus on this part right here because I am a Taurus. Hard to believe. I'm a little stubborn and a little hard-headed and a lot of other things, but we won't go there. Okay, next up, I think this star segment would be cute there. And again, I really don't know what was in this kit. I didn't get a good look before I went and got started. The only trouble is that sometimes I over ooze and it's kind of gross. I wonder what it would look like if what does this look like? Let me try. What color is this? Ooh, that would look good. How about I accentuate these to balance out this dark color here? That would look good. At least I think it does. And then a little micron action. This is like a dark blue. That looks good so far. I think what I want to do is accentuate this Taurus part. That way I have a little focus there. And maybe do that. I can always go back and add more, right? Well, that's what I say to myself. So it kind of lifts the eye up to that corner. It does need a little bit more. Let's use this. And let's see what's on the other side of some of these papers. Ooh, that would have, I'm gonna add this here. That's gonna look super cool. Who knew a 1/4 of an inch piece of paper would be so exciting? Let's make this have an angle at the top. And I'm a big believer in focal points, florals, and stripes. So if you can do some sort of combination of those, meaning, so this is stripes and this kind of has the round feel of floral, and then this is a large focal point, it seems to work out just fine for me. I lost the top to my glue stick, but you know what? Who cares? I think I'm gonna be very happy with that for now. All right, this next one, because there's so much busyness, I kind of want to tone it down a little bit with some of the same material. In this instance, I really want to add some sort of flow to it because it's very angular, and if I'm cutting along on these lines, that might add a little bit more interest to it. And to be honest, I'm going to cut just a smidge more off so I'm not quite on that line. I should have just gone in between. And then we're going to put it sideways and attach this part and then do a part of another part on the bottom. I think that would look good. Now that looks better. And then this goes on, hopefully. Well, I couldn't find the metallic marker that I know I have. Oh my god, moving probs. But I do have this, like, I don't know, orangey marker that I can work with. So that'll work for now. Well, let's try some of this. All right, I need to extend some of the white, so I've decided to grab a paint pen Well, that looks pretty good. I'm happy with that. I love that I rounded it with this paint pen. I think a white pen would have worked just fine too. But I kind of wish I had found the other metallic marker. But for now, this will work. In this traveler's notebook here that I have, and write a few sentiments just to, I've lightened up the dark part and now I have to darken up the light part, and then things will blend a whole lot better. All right, the next one has a lot of vertical lines here. So this is probably where I want to add a lot of floral. I'm thinking about just making a very small like floral background here in the corner. I'm not going to use much, but I think if I fussy cut some of these flowers, it's a great use of paper. That way I don't have to use my die cuts and I can use them in daily layouts if I want to. I think that looks good, and just gonna start by putting a whole bunch of glue and working from there. So I will just put that there and call it good. All right. Oh, it's upside down. Good job. Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let's pull together some of the other papers I have, which I know is not going to be enough for a front and a back, but at least I can figure out what I'm going to do with this. So I spy this packaging here for the Cocoa Daisy September stickers, and it looks like it would be a perfect TN cover. At least it will fit this way. I can add another piece of paper on the bottom and it looks like it'll work perfect. So I'm actually going to get my score so I can be precise with this. So this kind of, I wouldn't say ripped, but needs a little bit more reinforcement. So I'm just going to add a piece of washi tape and hope that it's on the middle. So we're just gonna have to do a quick voiceover instead. Sorry about that. Who knew about Indiana thunderstorms? I certainly didn't. Just finishing this one up. I had previously cut this into like this half circle size and I knew it was going to be too large. So I just chopped the top off and added it to the bottom. It kind of makes it look like it's between two celestial bodies. I love using pens to add some definition, but I also love using what you have, which includes this little pocket size TN. I did not get a chance to snag the standard size, so I am using this instead, and it just makes a great point on the back of that traveler's notebook. Makes it super simple to get adhered, and then it's either a memory keeping page or reminder page, whatever I want it to be. Those little stars are great. I'm still trying to come up with a solution with what I'm going to use the actual strips for, but I love the glitter stars. I'm doing my famous let's use our last bits of paper into a collage sort of thing. That's what's going on right now with the striped paper and then the celestial paper as well. I wanted to add another focal point, and I wanted to use some of the paper that came with that TN, of course. And I could have used the sticky notes. Looking back, it's the same image, just it's lighter, but I really wanted that darker tone with the purple with the sun. Now it's time for some tabs, and I don't actually write on the tabs in this video. I did all of my writing and stamping for all the TNs, and in a later time off camera. So now I'm like, okay, now I have all these little bits and pieces. What am I going to use? And I do this quite frequently. I just use all of these 1/4-inch strips just into like this vertical sort of fashion. And then I had this little sun where I remember I chopped off all of the sun rays while he was left hanging on the side of my page. So I decided to just add him as well. We're just adding a few more decorative die cuts and calling that one pretty good. I just thought, let's get these tabs on here, making sure that they're kind of not all in the same area. I'm not too particular with them being matchy lining up. I just don't want them to overlap too awful much. So I also ended up deciding that that notebook will not have a tab because that's what I decided. Now it's just a matter of fiddling, and more fiddling to get the right notebooks in the right spots with the right notebook covers. And that's all. Just adding a few of the die cuts there in front, changing out a few things, and I am home free. Thanks so much for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed this setup video, and I will talk to you guys next time. And I'll do a flip through of September near the end of the month, so you can see that before I get October all set up. Thanks, guys.